Today is August the 9th, 2022, 9 o'clock, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Studying the book of Jeremiah. This is like the tropical plant I bought yesterday. It is getting a little bit cooler. It's not as hot as it used to be. And these are the lovely flowers. I still haven't got the picture of them, of what they're called, but they truly are beautiful. So I'm reading Jeremiah 10, 11, and 12 and 13. And he is getting a word from the God and sending it to the children of Israel. It says, "You are cursed if you don't heed the words of the covenant I commanded your ancestors. Listen to my voice and do all I command you." So in verse 6 it says about, "Hear the words of this covenant and do them, for I solemnly warned your ancestors, which I brought them out of the land of Egypt, warning them persistently, even to this day, saying, Obey my voice. Yet they did not obey or incline their ear, but everyone walked in the stubbornness of an evil will." So we obey God through our will. And then in verse 9 and 10 he said, conspiracy exists and they have turned back to the iniquity of their ancestors. I'm really grateful for Matt Funk and his faith in the interment of his mother. I'm really thankful that I got this shelf built just on my own intuition. And looking at this guy, he says, "I got no place to go, but I don't want to go anyway." Just like we have to be like spearheads in God's way of living. So chapter 11 of Jeremiah, going on to the 12. But in verse 14 of chapter 11 it says, "Do not pray for this people." So verse 14 of chapter 11, "Do not pray for this people or lift up a cry or prayer on their behalf, for I will not listen when they call to me in the time of their trouble." So he's reflecting back in verse 16 how the Lord once called Israel a green olive tree, fair with goodly fruit, but with the roar of a great tempest he will set fire to it, and its branches will be consumed. Verse 17, "The Lord of hosts who planted you has pronounced evil against you, because of the evil that the house of Israel and the house of Judah have done, provoking me to anger by making offerings to Baal." And then the prophet's lament was, "It was the Lord who made it known to me, and I knew. Then you showed me their evil deeds, and I was like a gentle lamb led to the slaughter. And I did not know it was against me that they devised schemes, saying, Let us destroy the tree with its fruit. Let us cut him off from the land of the living, so that his name will no longer be remembered." And so the people of Israel, they were bent on evil, but because the Lord made it known to Jeremiah how he was being aware of their evil deeds, that he was like a gentle lamb led to the slaughter. He didn't know it was against me, that they devised schemes, saying, let us destroy the tree with its fruit. Let us cut him off from the land of the living, so that his name will no longer be remembered. But you, O Lord of hosts, who judge righteously, who try the heart and the mind, let me see your retribution upon them. For to you I have committed my cause. Therefore, thus says the Lord concerning the people of Anathoth who seek your life, and say, you shall not prophesy in the name of the Lord, or you will die by our hand. Therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts, I am going to punish them. The young men shall die by the sword. Their sons and their daughters shall die by famine, and not even a remnant shall be left of them. For I will bring disaster upon the people of Anathoth, the year of their punishment. In chapter 12, verses, let's just start reading from verse 1. You will be right. You will be in the right, O Lord. You will be in the right, O Lord, when I lay charges against you. But let me put my case to you. Why does the guilty prosper? Why does the way of the guilty prosper? Why do all who are treacherous thrive? You plant them and they take root. They grow and bring forth fruit. You are near in their mouths, yet far from their hearts. But you, O Lord, know me. You see me and test me. My heart is with you. Pull them out like sheep for the slaughter, and set them apart for the day of slaughter. How long will the land mourn, and the grass of every field wither? For the wickedness of those who live in it, the animals and the birds are swept away. And because my people said, he is blind to our ways. In other words, the people who are living contentedly say, God is blind to our ways. Verse 5, if you have raced with foot runners and they have worried you, how will you compete with horses? And if in a safe land you fall down, how will you fare in the thickets of the Jordan? For even your kinsmen in your own family, even they have dealt treacherously with you. For they are in full cry after you. Do not believe them, though they speak friendly words to you. I have forsaken my house. I have abandoned my heritage. I have given the beloved of my heart into the hands of her enemies. My heritage has become to me like a lion in the forest. She has lifted up her voice against me, therefore I hate her. Verse 9. Is a hyena greedy for my heritage at my command? Are the birds of prey all around her? Go, assemble all the wild animals, bring them to devour her. Many shepherds have destroyed my vineyard. They have trampled down my portion. They have made my pleasant portion a desolate wilderness. They have made it a desolation. Desolate, it mourns to me. The whole land is made desolate, and no one lays it to heart. Upon all the bare heights in the desert, spoilers have come. For the sword of the Lord devours from one end of the land to the other. No one shall be safe. They have sown wheat and have reaped thorns. They have tired themselves out, but profit nothing. They shall be ashamed of their harvests because of the fierce anger of the Lord. Thus says the Lord, concerning all my evil neighbors who touch the heritage that I have given my people Israel to inherit. So it's God speaking. I am about to pluck them up from their land, and I will pluck up the house of Judah from among them. And after I have plucked them up, I will again have compassion on them, and I will bring them again to their heritage and to their land, every one of them. And going on to verse 16. And then, if they will diligently learn the ways of my people to swear by my name, as the Lord lives, as they taught my people to swear by Baal, then they shall be built up in the midst of my people. But if any nation will not listen, then I will completely uproot it and destroy it, says the Lord. Chapter 13. There is 27 verses. Ends with, woe to you, O Jerusalem, how long will it be before you are made clean? And the next portion starts with a drought. Verse 1, chapter 13. And it's 9:10. Let's just see how long it takes to read it. Thus said the Lord to me, go and buy yourself a linen loincloth and put it on your loins, and do not dip it in water. So I bought a loincloth according to the word of the Lord, and put it on my loins. And the word of the Lord came to me, saying, And the word of the Lord came to me a second time, saying, take the loincloth that you bought and are wearing, and go now to the Euphrates River, and hide it there in a cleft of the rock. So I went and hid it by the Euphrates, as the Lord commanded me. And after many days, the Lord said to me, go now to the Euphrates and take it from there, the loincloth that I commanded you to hide there. Then I went to the Euphrates and dug, and I took the loincloth from the place where I had hidden it. And now the loincloth was ruined. It was good for nothing. Verse 8. Then the word of the Lord came to me, thus says the Lord, just so I will ruin the pride of Judah and the great pride of Jerusalem, this evil people who refuse to hear my words, who stubbornly follow their own will and have gone after other gods to serve them and worship them, shall be like this loincloth which is good for nothing. For as the loincloth clings to one's loins, so I have made the whole house of Israel and the whole house of Judah cling to me, says the Lord, in order that they might be for me a people, a name, a praise, and a glory. But they would not listen. For ye shall speak to them this word, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, every wine jar shall be filled with wine. And they will say to you, do you think we do not know that every wine jar should be filled with wine? Then you shall say to them, thus says the Lord, I am about to fill all the inhabitants of this land, the kings who sit on David's throne, the priests, the prophets, and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem with drunkenness. And I will dash them every one against another, parents and children together, says the Lord. I will not pity or spare or have compassion when I destroy them. Hear and give ear, do not be haughty, for the Lord has spoken. Give glory to the Lord your God before he brings darkness and before your feet stumble. On the mountains at twilight, when you look for light, he turns it into gloom and makes it deep darkness. Verse 17, but if you will not listen, my soul will weep in secret for your pride. My eyes will weep bitterly and run down with tears because the Lord's flock has been taken captive. Verse 18. Say to the king and the queen mother, take a lowly seat, for your beautiful crown has come down from your head. The towns of the Negeb are shut up with no one to open them. All Judah is taken into exile, wholly taken into exile. Lift up your eyes and see those who come from the north. Where is the flock that was given you, your beautiful flock? What will you say when they set as head over you? What will you say when they set as head over you those whom you have trained to be your allies? Will not pangs take hold of you like those of a woman in labor? And if you say in your heart, why have these things come upon me? It is for the greatness of your iniquity that your skirts are lifted up and you are violated. Can Ethiopians change their skin or leopards their spots? Then also you can do good, who are accustomed to do evil. So the impossibility of an Ethiopian changing their skin or a leopard changing its spots is the same as someone who's accustomed to do evil to turn around and do good. In other words, he's saying people set in their ways are no more evil to do good than an Ethiopian can change its skin from black to white. Chapter 13, verse 23. Can Ethiopians change their skin or leopards their spots? It's impossible, says the Lord. So then also you can do good, who are accustomed to evil. I will scatter you like chaff driven by the wind from the desert. This is your lot, the portion I have measured out to you, says the Lord, because you have forgotten me and trusted in lies. I myself will lift up your skirt over your face, and your shame will be seen. I've seen your abominations, your adulteries and nayings, your shameless prostitution on the hills of the countryside. Woe to you, Jerusalem! How long will it be before you are made clean? So the utter desperation of Judah becoming clean. So let's just think about chapters 10 to 13. This day is the 9th of August, and it's just a good time to meditate on God's goodness today. So we can do it with all that we're worth. This is my balcony today. I like this verse. Can Ethiopians change their skin or leopards their spot? Then also, if that's possible, you that are accustomed to do evil, in like manner, can you do good? In other words, evil can strip you of the ability to do good at all times.